All right, so this morning I traded EXPR. Let me zoom in over here. So before I zoom in, as you can see this morning, EXPR was our top gainer, and this thing kind of went all the way from $2, went to 4.75. So it made a pretty nice move, right? But an hour before the bell, half hour before the bell rang, it ended up way down here somewhere. So because it lost so much, I kind of felt like it was going to tank. Typically, you know, the strategy is basically trading over go time, but if it's far below go time, it just looks like it's gonna tank. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like it was gonna tank. It just was far away. It just lost all of its momentum. Um, so I just kind of felt like it was gonna tank. But before I wanted to jump in, I wanted to see if it was basically going to jump over this area here, because if it kind of started making going over this area, you can see that A B C D, that A B C D pattern again from last time. So I'm looking at that. So if it went basically A B C, I was watching to see if it goes above this level or at least above this level to see if it was still strong. But it tried to go up and it just wasn't strong enough. And that's when I decided to basically jump in here. I tried to sell down here, but as soon as I sold, it popped up. And I'll show you guys the video in a little bit. As soon as I sold, it popped up. And then that gave me 10 cents right there. And then I took another 10 cents right there. I waited for a pullback. Basically, it pulled all the way up. And then as soon as it started making new lows, I jumped back in and took this move. And I was done. So grand total of 800 bucks. Jumped in at 386, sold at 376, and then I jumped back in at 346, and then not sold, but I bought since I'm shorting, and then I bought at 336. So I took 10 cents here and then 10 cents there, and that was it. So let's play this video really quick. So basically, I was watching to see if it goes above this area here, because if it went back above this area, the next problem area would have been right there, which would have gave me a nice, because we're at 413. This would have gave me a good 50-cent move, right? So I was waiting for it to go above this area, and let's hit the play button. So as I'm watching it, I'm trying to see if it's gonna go above this area or if it's going to look weak, which I already knew it was looking weak because it was just so low. It lost a lot of its gains. So as soon as I noticed that it was having problems getting over this area here, I decided let me go short because it's just not strong enough. So let's see what happens here. So it's failing. It's attempting to try to go above this area, and it's just not. So that's when I started seeing a lot of sell orders going through. So I shorted it. Right. So I took the short. As you can see right there, I'm shorting, and I'm watching, and I'm watching, and I'm watching. So now I'm in the green. It starts dropping a little bit more. And this is where I was trying to sell, right about there. I tried to sell there, but then as soon as I sold it, it popped up. So it only gave me 10 cents. I was trying to sell somewhere around here. That would have gave me um, a bigger profit margin, but for some reason it didn't. Then JILL was popping up on the scanner, but it wasn't doing much. It made new highs, but it wasn't doing much. And because of last time I kept switching different stocks and I didn't stick to my original stock, I ended up losing some money. So this time I decided, you know what, let me stick to EXPR. And right now I can't chase it. I have to wait for it to pull back. I have to wait for it to pull back. Um, it has to pull back up before I can jump back in. I can't chase it right now because what goes down must come up. And what goes up must come down. So right now it's going down, so it must come back up. So now I'm trying to identify the spots where it has some good support. I see it has some good support right there. So I draw my line. I'm just drawing support areas. I see all the good support areas. Um, but I'm still waiting for that pullback. Let me fast forward this a little bit. So I know it's bouncing over here. I drew my support areas. So now I'm waiting for it to go back to either VWAP and then start coming back down to this 341 level. So that's my mind frame. But I'm waiting for the first candle to make a new low. So that's what I'm waiting on. Let's fast forward this a little bit because fast forward here. Because this is the next candle. As soon as it starts making a new low, I jumped in. Okay, so now you can see it's about to make a new low, right? And I jumped in. As soon as I see it's about to make a new low, I jump in. And I'm waiting for it to hit that 341 area and go below it. So at that point right now, I'm just waiting. I'm just trying to see what it's doing. And as soon as it's dropping there, trying to see if it will hit that area, but it didn't go too low. So I jumped out, which was a pretty good area to get out because now I took 10 cents over here and I took 10 cents over there. And the market just wasn't strong. This was one of our top gainers and it just wasn't doing anything. I mean, it was, it wasn't doing anything. So that's why I decided to go short. And I didn't really want to trade today because it just wasn't a very good day to be day trading. It just wasn't. So that was about it. Just took those two trades, took 10 cents here and 10 cents there. So I was just waiting for it to make new lows. I jumped in, boom, took this move. I tried to sell somewhere here, but it popped up as soon as I sold, which gave me a smaller average. That happens sometimes. And then over here, I just waited for this candle to make a new low. I jumped in, boom, it dropped down, took 10 cents again. So as you guys can see over here, I jumped in at 386 and then jumped out 376 and then I jumped in again at 346 and then I jumped out at 336. So 10 cents here, 10 cents there. And that was it. It was 5 minutes. As you can see, I jumped in at 9:30:42 and then I was done by 9:34:45. So less than 5 minutes I was done and $800. So it is what it is. All right, catch you guys on the next one. If you guys have any questions, comment below. If you guys want to learn how to do this, hit me up on the email and we'll get you started. All right, talk to you guys soon.